class, first workout, post self-assessment. Hopefully it all went well for you. A few things I want to talk about before we actually get started with the workout. And I think what I'll do is I will upload the 6 principles, the guiding principles of Pilates in an assignment. So at least you'll have these so you can refer back to them. But before we get started, just a little bit of history. We're going on about 100 years of Pilates. Joseph Pilates, who created this form of fitness, which actually was originally called contrology, and now is referred to as Pilates because of Joseph. He really truly was ahead of his time. So you're talking about 100 years and Pilates is still, used by millions and millions of people as their form of fitness and body conditioning. And it's it's been very evolved over the decades. But truly, when it comes down to it, it really is about 6 principles. And I want to just go over those really briefly with you. But these are guiding principles throughout all of our workouts, throughout every exercise, and everything that we do in this class. The number 1 is the breath and how we breathe in here. And it's just really important that we just acknowledge that we want to slow everything down in here as much as possible. And that includes our breathing. And so slowing it down, meaning that when we inhale, we truly want to slow down our inhale. We want to slowly inhale, which really what ends up happening is slowing things down triggers, it sends messages to your brain to slow down, which really relieves stress. And it's a pause. The exhale, we do want to exhale slowly but strongly. So there's this really slowed, controlled, what I call accordion style, in and out. It's very rhythmic. And the main focus of that exhale is to really encourage your muscles to engage. And it also will control like any kind of fatigue or stress on your muscles by blowing that air out very slowly, okay? The second is our center. Obviously, we are conditioning mostly our core. However, I do include exercises for our arms and our legs. But our core, if you can consider it just a square that surrounds from our shoulders and upper back all the way through our core, which is our abdominal wall, as well as our middle and lower back, down into our hips and our pelvic region. And so these lower abs and our pelvis and our hips and our glutes. And this is our powerhouse. So this is where we create energy. Obviously, we're not moving a lot around from our mat, but we are moving on our mat. And it requires energy, and that comes from our powerhouse, okay? So that center, you'll hear me talk about scooping and engaging muscles. We'll learn about scooping today. That is your center, okay? The third guiding principle is your concentration, which I like to call your focus. And so where is your mind? What is your body doing? Really being mindful and aware of what is going on with you and how you're moving and what you're doing. Concentration and focus, focusing inward, this absolutely will reduce stress. It's mindful movement, being aware of what you're doing. So that's the number 3. So number 4 is really just about control. So I mentioned earlier about how Pilates originally was called contrology, and it was about controlled, it was referred to as controlled movement. And so control is really, the purpose of what we're doing. We're using our muscles in our body, but we're also using our mind. So we're trying to control the connection between, right, the mind and the body. And so you'll hear me say things like, control this part of your body, isolate this part of your body, this muscle, focusing on that control. Controlling your breathing. This will help you when you're stressed, right? You're being taxed in your body and you have stress, and so being mindful of focusing and controlling your breathing will help with that. Number 5 is flow. That's the best part, I think. The most fun part of Pilates is that fluidity of the movement. So we're going to try and get there. We're going to create this methodical movement, but we're going to also create some energy, and hopefully we'll be able to feel that flow of the things that we've learned, all of the exercises that we've learned. So I like to think of it as it's an ease of movement, but with optimal effort, okay? Number 6 is precision or execution. And so, we want to make sure that we are executing each exercise the correct way. And so when I'm teaching, it's really hard because I can't give you feedback. I'm not in the studio with you, next to you, able to correct, give you feedback, and then that helps with just the learning of the movements, right? And so you're really responsible for listening, watching, and acting on your own, but just being very mindful of that execution is just really important to be able to create healthy habits, through your routine and through executing. So good form, really important, okay? All of these guiding principles are absolutely applicable to any kind of functional fitness out there. I mean, even sitting in front of your computer, you can practice these guiding principles. So that's that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So every class session, we will start out with a warm-up, okay? It will not be this discussion like I did today. It will be started with a warm-up. And so I'll take you through just some very consistent exercises to help warm up before we go into our workout. After the warm-up, I will teach each exercise independent of each other. One at a time, we'll go through the entire series of the workout, all of the exercises, and then we'll go through them again, okay? And just trying to build up some stamina at that point, but also just be able to learn those exercises one more time through, okay? So some workouts will be shorter, some workouts will be longer. Eventually we will add and add and add, and we'll be getting through these really lengthy workouts. And then we'll end up closing with some really nice, easy recovery time, which we'll just go through some easy exercises to cool down, and also just to breathe and center ourselves before we say goodbye until the next session, okay? So we are gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're gonna get started with some warm-up exercises, and we're gonna just be sitting here and we're just going to practice our breathing. So like I said, we wanna slow everything down. So I'd like you just to take a moment and find a comfortable seated position, and we're just gonna focus on slow, deep inhales through your nose or through your mouth. It's really up to you. And then slow, drawn out, strong, pushed out exhales, okay? Now, while you're doing this, continue to breathe. I'm going to talk you through some things while you're breathing. So, while you're breathing, I want you to bring your focus to your abdominal wall. I want you to tighten, okay? Engage these muscles. How I want you to do this while you're breathing is I want you to pull or draw your abdominal deep inner muscles inward towards your spine. And I want you to hold that engaged area and breathe. So it's almost like you're sucking in. So sucking in that stomach, and you're holding it and you're breathing. Okay, go ahead and let it go. All right, so I want you to go ahead and we're going to go through some shoulder rolls. And we're going to roll the shoulders back. And while we're rolling these shoulders back, I want you to breathe slowly. Deep inhale, slow transition. Big, strong, slow pushes of that exhale out. Reverse direction of your shoulder rolls, opposite direction. Good. We're going to go into some head rolls. If you need to adjust your seating position, that's fine, your posture. I'm just sitting like this, and I'm sitting up tall holding myself, so you don't have to sit exactly like me. We're going to go into some head rolls. So while we're breathing, we're just going to roll our head from side to side, nice and easy. Back to center. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and bring your legs in front. I'm going to talk about this scooping and chest expansion. So we're going to move from a chest expansion into some scooping, which is sometimes referred to as hollowing, and that just simply means, or a C position of our spine. So scooping truly is a manipulation or a movement that shows how the position of the spine rounds. So we're pushing the center of our back behind us. We're pushing it back. We're pulling our abdominals down and in. And we're almost slightly shrugging, rounding our shoulders forward. So you should see this position here. And then I come up to tall and I flatten my back. I sit up tall, my shoulders drop down, and my pelvis tips forward. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to C-spine or scoop, okay, or hollow, and I'm going to pull, again, pull my hips down and back, round my back, hunch my shoulders forward, pulling up and in here, and then up tall. And scooping. And sit up tall. I want you to inhale here and then bring your hands back and push your chest up. Exhale. And scoop, inhale and exhale here. And hands back, chest expansion, drop the head, inhale, exhale here. And hands forward and scooping. Good. Okay. Hands and wrists. You know, we're going to be holding our weight either on our elbows or our hands. Go ahead and interlock your hands, and we're just going to push the palms out away from us, and then turn palms forward towards us and squeeze those hands. Palms away, up above us. Palms towards us, squeeze the hands. And arms down, relax. You're gonna come up over your knees, and what I call a knee hug. So we're just gonna relax here. Okay, from here, we're gonna go down to our backs, and we're going to practice our 100. Now the 100, we did the 100 in our self-assessment. So anytime we go down to our mats, onto our backs, we are going to practice scooping and what I call rolling down. So I want you to watch me. I'm going to hold on to my knees. I'm going to scoop, and I'm going to bring my knees with me and slowly connect my lower back and my back, and then I'm going to let go of my legs. Okay? So go ahead and practice that. Rolling down. All right, our 100 exercise. So we did this with straight legs. We're going to do this with bent legs. So go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet off the ground. Head comes up off the mat, chin down to chest. We want to round our neck, okay? Chin to chest. Look down at your belly button. Arms extended out. We have palms facing down. From here, we're going to pump our arms like we practiced, but I want you to stop. I want you to focus on your abdominal wall. I want you to engage these muscles and try and connect your lower back to the mat. Here we go. We're going to pump. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. While you're pumping, 5 inhale, 5 exhale, chin to chest. Engage the abdominal wall. Connect the back to the mat. If you need to bring your head down, slowly bring your head down. That's fine. You're going to feel fatigue in the neck muscles. That is totally normal. See if you can come right back up. Head up, shoulders up, chin to chest. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Continuous and slow until you reach 100 or you are just done, okay? Head down and feet down. Good. Okay, so we do that every session, so we will improve upon that, okay? We're going to go into what are called leg circles as a warm-up. So you're going to go ahead and extend one leg up. You're going to bend your knee slightly. You're going to angle your leg out, keeping this leg bent. You're going to make circles. Make circles from the hip joint. Small circles. So notice my leg stays in the original position and my circle originates from my hip. Reverse the direction. Keep your hips on the floor. My head is up because I'm trying to show you. I want your head down though. All right, good. So we're going to switch legs. Leg up, bent knee, angled out. Small circles. Just warming up that hip. reverse the direction. All right, and rest. Good. Okay, so from here, we're actually going to go ahead and begin our workout. So one exercise at a time. Some of these exercises we actually have practiced during the assessment, but we're just going to change them up and really start basic style, okay? Our first exercise is single leg, and we're going to modify it, and we're going to really slow it down. So head is up off the mat, which means shoulders are elevated, chin to chest, and we're just going to bring one knee in and out. Extend the leg out, one knee in and out. So we're going to keep this leg static and pull one leg in at a time. All right, so now I want you to focus, take your focus, concentrate on your lower abdominal wall, okay? From here, I want you to pull the muscles in and down towards the mat. Be mindful of your breathing. Good. All right, go ahead and lower your head, lower this leg. We're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So again, what's going on here and what's going on with the breathing, okay? Let the leg do the work. Head up, scooping, knee in and out. And head down. Good. Okay, anytime you need to just stop when I'm still going, that's fine, or pause and then start up again, that's fine. Anytime that you need to bring your head down to the mat just to relax the muscles, get right back into it, that's fine as well. You do what works for you, okay? Next exercise is double leg. We did this in the Fab 5. So we did the single leg and the double leg in the Fab 5 at the end of that assessment yesterday, or the other day. So we're going to modify this double leg to start, okay? So go ahead and bring both knees in. And you're gonna go ahead and lift your head, shoulders, scooping here. And then from here, I'm going to separate my legs slightly. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head, and I'm just going to drop my feet to the floor and bring my knees in. Keeping the legs bent, breathing. Hands over knees, lower the head, and lower the feet. Good. All right, so we're going to do some bridge work here. And so bridges are great for low back, glutes, hamstrings, strengthening, okay? So this is a held position. So we're going to keep our feet down on the mat. We're going to keep our legs bent. We're going to keep our arms at our sides for now. This will morph into a bigger bridge, but right now we're just starting traditional. From here, we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Now from here, I'm going to focus on tightening my glutes, tightening my quadriceps, the tops of my legs, the thighs here, okay? And then I'm also going to try and engage my abdominal wall. So there's a lot going on here. And I'm just going to hold this position.
So it's tight, strong, and we're breathing. Go ahead and lower your hips. Slowly, good. We're going to do this again, and then I'm going to ask you to take your focus somewhere else, okay? Go ahead and lift those hips. Tighten, tighten, strong. Now I want you to relax your arms and your shoulders, but keep the strength in your core here and breathe. Relax your arms. And lower your hips. Good. So that was a very complex exercise because there's a lot going on there, mind and body. Okay, so we are going to try a modified, crisscross. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and bring our hands behind our head. We did crisscross in the Fab Five, but we're going to change it a little bit. So I'm going to lift my head up, holding my hands behind my head, and I'm going to bring one leg in at a time. And I'm going to stay with my left leg, and I'm going to bring my right elbow across, and it's coming across this rib cage. And I'm lowering the leg as I bring my elbow back. Now, I want to make sure that my shoulder blades stay elevated off the mat, the whole entire move. So I am scooping here, and I'm just simply pulling the leg and rotating across the ribs. Inhale deeply, as deep as you can, slowly, and exhale. Good. We'll go the other leg. Relax the head for a moment. Same thing. We are going to rotate across the rib cage while the shoulders are elevated. The knee just simply pulls straight in. Okay? Here we go. Up and pull. Last one. Good. And rest. Excellent. Okay, so we'll go right into a modified double straight. We did do double straight in Fab 5, so we're just going to change it up and modify it a little bit. So both legs will be up, extended all the way up. I'm going to bring my hands behind my neck, and I'm going to lift my head and shoulders, scooping. I'm going to bend my knees, extend my legs out, bring them in and up. Breathing. If you need to modify, you can just not go as low, you can go out. Do not touch the floor with the feet. Keep the legs elevated. Good. Knees in, head down, legs down. Excellent. Okay. From here, we're going to break up our roll-up into 2 moves. We've tested for the roll-up in the assessment. We're going to do a roll-up hold, and then we're going to sit up and do a roll-down hold. Okay, so we're gonna start with our legs slightly bent. So we tested with our legs straight. We also tested with our arms behind us, but we're gonna start with our arms at our sides. And so what's gonna happen is I'm just going to lift my upper trunk up off the mat, and I'm going to hold. And I'm going to practice this scooping. And I'm going to practice the breathing while I'm holding. And that's all we are doing here. We're not going all the way up. So it looks like this. We're going to come head up first, chin to chest, shoulders, scoop, and hold. Come down. Again, up, scoop, and hold. And down. One more. Up. And hold. And down. Good. All right, so you're going to roll to your side, and you're going to push yourselves up to a seated position. I am hot in my room. Okay, so roll down. So we are going to roll down from the seated position, okay? So I'm going to keep my legs bent as they were bent before, and then I'm going to roll down, and we're just really practicing this scooping, okay? So it looks like this. I'm going to bring my hands on my knees, sitting up tall. I'm going to release my back, and I'm going to lean back and hold. Come up top, sit up, flatten the back. So again, the C position, again, we're pulling the abdominal muscles inwards, sucking it in, pulling it in, hollowing, okay, as we pull back. Here we go. Let go of the back, lean back, scoop, and hold. And up. One more time. And up. Good. Okay. So we have spine stretch. We did this in our self-assessment. We're going to go ahead and bring our feet right outside our mat. We're just going to really work on limbering up our lower back and our glutes and our hamstrings. So we're a little tight right now, okay? Reach up, and we're going to pitch forward with a flat back as far as we can go. Pull the hands and arms in, scooping, rounding our back. See spine here. And then up, pushing the abdomen up and forward, and starting again. So flat back over the top, scooping, pulling it in. Good posture all the way up. Breathing. We're not holding a position. We are simply moving through the stretch. It's dynamic. I love this stretch. Good. Spine stretch. Okay. Go ahead and bring your legs together. We're going to lean back on our hands here. And so when we do that, we want to make sure our back is flat and our chest is nice and high. I'm going to go ahead and slightly bend my knees. I'm going to do what's called a single leg knee pull, okay? So I'm going to bring one knee in while keeping my abs engaged and my back flat, and extend the leg out. And in and out. Breathing and out. And in and out. In and out. And in
forward, knee hug, relax the back, relax the arms. And switching legs, hands back, straighten this leg, flat back, chest high, pull it in and out. Last one. Good. Knee hug. And good. Okay, so we're going to turn around to our side. We're going to practice what's called a mermaid. And so you're going to find a comfortable position with your legs off to the side. So the legs are bent and they're off to the side. So it's a little bit of an awkward posture, but we're really going to try and maintain some centered position here. So keeping on that hip and then just trying to position yourself so you're centered, okay? One hand down on the mat, the other hand is on the shin of the bent leg. I am going to begin with letting go of the mat, and I'm going to pull on the shin and staying nice and tall in my posture. And that just simply means tall, good posture. I'm going to let go of my shin and I'm going to sweep over the top with a big stretch over the top. So really leaning into it, sitting up tall, grab onto that shin, let go of the mat, slight bend over, breathing. Again, tall posture. Good. All right, switch the legs to the other side. Hold onto the shin, tall posture, mermaid. Pull it over and stretch. Slow, methodical movement. So that concentration part, you know, really being mindful of your posture, your center, your breathing. Good. All right. From here, we're going to turn over to our tummies. Okay. So this is where we do a little bit more back work. So we have some prone work or on our tummies. Hopefully I'm in the screen. So I'm going to keep my arms down and I'm going to focus on lifting my legs, okay, one at a time. So we're going to do this with keeping my arms down and bent, but my head is going to be up. So it looks like this. So my weight is really on my arms or my shoulders, and I'm going to push my pelvis down, which engages my glutes, and I'm going to lift one leg and lower, and lift the other leg and lower. So I'm centered down the midline of my body. I am not rotating onto my other hip. I am simply lifting and lowering. Mindful of your breathing.
keeping the legs down, I want you to lower your head here. You're going to bring your elbows to your sides. And we're just going to work on some trunk work. So you're going to adjust your hands wherever you feel comfortable. Your head is straight ahead, and we're just going to push up onto those elbows. So this is kind of like a mini cobra here, and down. Push the pelvis down, press the arms down, glutes are engaged, and down. I want you to exhale as you push up. Come on down, inhale. Push up, exhale. Good. All right, we're going to come into low back stretch. So I'm going to push my hands down and my body up. Come down into low back stretch or child's pose here. Take the weight off of your arms. Low back is being released. All right, and our next exercise. So we're going to go into a low plank, which is with our elbows down. And so we're going to do some knee drops. So we're working on some strength here. So low plank position on our elbows. Knees will come up off the mat. And from here, pulling those abdominal muscles up and in and holding them there. That'll help stabilize your back. I want you to drop the knee, drop the other knee. Breathing. Good. Low back stretch again. This time, bring your arms behind you, resting on your forehead. Weight is off of the arms. All right, let's go back into low plank. This time, both knees up. Shift your weight back onto your heels. Come back, knees down. Knees up, shift your weight back, forward, knees down, up, back, forward, and down. One more time, up, back, forward, knees down. Good. Low back stretch. One more time. Arms back. All right, so at this point we're going to repeat the whole sequence of exercises again. So we'll start on our backs again. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and begin that whole series again. So I'm going to roll down. And we have our modified single leg. So go ahead and bring your head up. And we're going to bring this knee in, leg out. In and out. So while we're moving this leg, we are focusing on the scooping. Muscles are engaged. Breathing. Last one. Good. Head down, relax. Switching legs, modified single leg. Last one. Head down, leg down. Good. All right, we have our modified double leg. So we're going to go ahead and bring our knees in. Head and shoulders up. We're going to slightly part the knees. And from here, I'm going to drop and down and out. So we can bring our hands behind our head if you'd like. Drop the feet. Bring the knees in. Drop the feet. You don't have to go all the way down if you don't want to. If you want to try this with your arms at your sides, you can. Last one. Good. Head down, feet down. Bridging, arms at your sides. We're going to lift up, engage. And breathe. And down. One more time. Lift up. Strong. Breathe. You should feel the power in your legs right now. They may even be shaking a little bit. And lower. Good. All right. We have our modified crisscross. Go ahead and bring knees in. I want you to bring your head and shoulders up. So this time I'm going to lift my, keep your feet down. We're going to modify this just like we did the first time. So I'm going to bring I'm going to extend this leg here. I'm going to bring this knee in and cross over and down and back. Again, the shoulders stay elevated. The leg stays elevated. Try and stay as centered as possible through the midline of your body, keeping the glutes connected to the mat. Good. Head down, knee in. We're going to switch legs. Sorry for the confusion. Forgot that I really modified here. Okay, so up, extend this leg, pull in, cross the rib cage. Last one. And down. Good. All right, modified double straight. So we're going to go ahead and bring both legs up, hands behind our head, lift up, scooping, tightening, engaging, bend the knees, extend the legs out, and breathe, of course. Remember, you don't have to go parallel to the floor. If you want to go out higher point, that's fine. Good. All right, head down, legs down. Awesome. Okay, roll up, two-part. Roll up holds first. Arms are at your sides. Slight bend in the knees. Lifting up, scooping, holding, breathing. Down. And up. So right about now, you're feeling it, right? You can feel the fatigue, a little bit of soreness setting in maybe. And this is where you really focus on the exhale, okay? So inhale, exhale. Come on down. That exhale blows all that fatigue out, okay? Here we go, one more time. Good. Roll to your side, push yourselves up, come up to a seated position. We have roll downs, flat back, let the back go, scoop, lean back and hold. And up. Again, really lengthen that exhale. And up. Last one. Excellent. All right, spine stretch. You guys are doing awesome. Keep it up. We're almost there. Here we go. Over the top. In and up. I want you to exhale over the top. See how far you can take this exhale. Inhale at the top. Good. Okay. Knees are bent. And together, we have lean backs with knee pulls. Okay, so we're gonna bring our hands back and lean back, flat back, chest high. We're gonna bring this knee in and leg out. And in, pull the abdominals in. Hold them there. Breathe. Last one. Knee hug. Lean back, switch legs, flat back, abs in, pull in and out. Breathe. Last one. Ooh, that burns. Knee hug. All right, so you should be feeling this, right? At the top of your thigh connection to your hip, right? So we're going to try and stretch that out with a mermaid. Bring those legs over to the side. Pull up and over. And when you reach over, you should be able to feel this releasing slightly here. Posture.
Switch legs. Whatever's most comfortable for you. Again, if you have any questions about modifications, just email me. Just say, Coach, during the mermaid, I feel like I cannot hold my legs in that position. Side saddle, right? And then, I'm just using this as an example. What position can I hold instead of the one demonstrated, okay? And then I'll just give you some feedback. All right, we are turning over. Here we go. We're at the tail end. All right, so we have our prone single leg lifts, arms at your sides, slightly bent, head is up, weight is on our arms here, and we're pressing the pelvis down, tightening the glutes as we lift one leg at a time. Good. All right, come on down and rest. We're going to bring our elbows in. All right, legs stay down. We're coming up. Push that pelvis down and then down. And then up. And then down. And up. And down. One last time. From here, low back stretch. All right, from here we have our low plank, knee drop, singles. Here we go. Flat back, pull the abdominal wall up. Hold it there. That stabilizes your back. Butt stays down. Low back stretch. Arms back. Low back or low plank again. We have those shifts, okay? So we have both knees up, shift back onto the elbow or the heels, elbows stay connected down, knees down. Knees up, shift back, and down. Up and back. Last one. Good. Low back stretch. All right, you guys, we are done. So we're just gonna finish just with a little bit easy stretching. Go ahead and turn to a seated position. So I call this seated accordion. While you're doing this, I just really want you to focus on letting go. Just releasing muscle tension, fatigue, and then sweating, and then just breathing, okay? So hands over the knees here. And we're just gonna let the back go, head down. Exhale.
come forward. Inhale, exhale, release. Forward, release. Let go of the knees. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Put the legs down. Inhale, come forward, big stretch here. Exhale. Inhale and exhale over your legs. Bring it back. Inhale and exhale here. Let it go. And up. All right, we are done. Excellent work. Obviously, if I can't see you, I just assume you're doing the work and that you're doing it well. So there's going to be days where you feel a little bit sore, a little bit slower, and that's totally fine. Again, if you have any questions for me, I can give you feedback right away. So get back to me. This is where you follow up with the weekly connection. So if this is the second workout of the week, or the fourth workout of the week, or whatever it is for you, the final week, final session. If this is your final session of the week, just make sure that you do your weekly connection, okay? All right, bye.